Okay, you guys, really excited for this video. This was a game changer for us. It's really fun if you're into marketing and data and just love the numbers, which we both do. It's a practical tactical, so just putting that on your radar, you know what that means now, and Rose is going to take it from here.
Okay, so what I'm going to talk about right now is third-party tracking, and I know that sounds super overwhelming because I think for years I was like, I'm not doing third-party tracking. Like that just sounds super overwhelming. That what even is it? I was like, what even is it? So I'll tell you, third-party tracking is basically when you use a software that's not related to Facebook at all to track your ad results. Okay. And if you know anything about Facebook ads, you know that Facebook ads, they have their own reporting in the business manager where you get all your results. They show all your reports. So they say, oh, good job, guys. You've made, like $6,000 today and you've gotten 15 sales and whatever. But if you know anything about Facebook at all, you've probably heard that it's not super accurate. Okay. And I was like, well, it can't be that off. Like, Facebook's a big company. They know what they're doing. Like, it can't be that bad, right? Well, we installed a third-party software called Hyros. I don't know if you've heard of it. If you click on it at all, you're going to get their ads everywhere. They are very good at advertising. And it's called Hyros. And what it does is it shows you what you actually got from Facebook ads and other stuff too. But I'm just going to focus on the Facebook ads part of it for simplicity's sake. So basically what it does, it's a little code that you add to your advertising when you're setting up your campaign. I'll show you where to put it. It's just a little tracking code and it actually tracks your real results. Okay. So you never have to wonder, is this accurate? Like, am I actually making this much money from these ads? You're able to see your results with clarity and like 99% confidence that the data is, factual, which is so important. Yeah, go ahead.
I just wanted to really quickly make sure I'm super clear on all of this and for like clarity's sake.
Yes.
What the third party tracking software does is it tracks how well your campaigns are doing and how profitable you are. So it
Yes.
accurately tells you you paid $6 to acquire this customer, whereas sometimes Facebook will report you paid $3 per customer.
Exactly.
And the
Yes.
problem with that is, especially when you're trying to scale an ad, is you're working off of incorrect data. So you
Yeah.
might think you're profitable when you're really not. And that could be creating some confusion around why am I not scaling the right way or profitably. And so this is a really big thing to have. It's important to have.
Yeah.
So we have
Yeah. It's just so important because again, like I said, like I fought this for years and I didn't think Facebook was that off, but I'm about to show you it's like mind blowing because it is so inaccurate. And I'm going to show you two different softwares based on how much you're spending per day because the one we use is pretty expensive. I think it's about $1,100 a month. So if you're not at that level, that's okay. We have another one that it's not as good, but it will do the job for sure. And if you take anything away from this video, it is that you cannot trust the Facebook advertising reporting. Okay. So
I
you
have
want
a
to,
question. Do you think Facebook's intentionally not reporting everything, or do you think it's just incompetency?
no, I think it's hard for them to track because they have all this new, with the iOS 14 update. So basically, a little bit of nerdy history here. I think it was like 2 years ago, Apple was doing this thing where they were trying to like screw with Facebook and Instagram. And basically they gave this notification that when you opened your Facebook app, it would ask if you wanted Facebook to track you or not. So pretty much like everybody was saying no. And then that blocked all of Facebook's tracking. So I think they actually just aren't able to.
Okay.
I think because sometimes they say you're not profitable when you are. So it kind of goes both ways. So I think they don't have the tracking ability to do it.
Cool.
Versus when you put the code on everything yourself, that gives you the ability to do it. So I'm going to show you our software called Hyros. I'm going to show you another
Right.
option. Huh?
You're sharing your screen.
I'm about to. Yep.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure because this is
I'm
like
going to show you another alternative, and it's a lot cheaper per month if you don't want to do Hyros. So I'm just going to show you the difference in the discrepancy. Okay, so you can see my screen.
Yep, we can see your screen.
Okay, so what we're looking at here, it's a bunch of numbers. So it's a report of our Facebook advertising from this month. So you can see it's October 10th or 1st to the 30th. And this is what we actually pulled in. Okay, so this is Hyros's results. So this is where we put our tracking and this is the accurate data. Okay, what says reported this is what Facebook is saying, okay? So you can see here for this campaign, now this is just broken down of all our different campaigns. For this campaign, we actually pulled in $7,794, but Facebook said we pulled in $16,000, over $16,000, okay? So that is a $9,000 difference, which is insane. It's insane. So
and what that means is, can I just clarify in case anybody's
yes.
confused? What that means is that Facebook, if we were only relying on Facebook's reporting, we would have thought we made $16,000 from that campaign.
Yep.
We actually only made around $7,000 from the campaign. And so we would have had almost $10,000 worth of inaccurate data.
Yes.
Based on this reporting differences.
Yes. And the problem with this is I would have been like, that's amazing. Let's scale this. You know, let's really like put some more money behind this because it's doing so well. And it is doing well. I think it's, if I scroll back over here, oh, there's so much data here. You can see, it still is like above, it is profitable, but it's not as profitable as $16,000 or whatever it was like a $9,000 difference. So this just goes to show. And if you look down the line here, you can see there's some where, Hyros reported $4,478, and it was Facebook reported $3,000, so it was a little bit more than Facebook said. But it just goes to show how inaccurate Facebook's data is, and that was just so eye-opening to me because I just, I didn't think it was that off. I thought maybe a couple $100, and that's kind of fine. But it's thousands and thousands, and I mean, you can see here this one's $12,000 off. Okay,
imagine. So, like, I just want you to really imagine, right, where you look at this and you say, this campaign made us $16,000. Let's triple our ad spend, right? Yeah. Now we're throwing all this money essentially down the toilet because it actually only made us $4,000. Yeah. And so to your point, this is really why we love and are so nerdy about third-party tracking, but really why this is critical for you because you are truly Rose is about to show you how to scale campaigns and whatnot and how you really like turn this ad machine on. If you don't have some kind of third-party tracking software, I am seeing how you don't know what you're doing. You're just shooting in the dark here.
Literally no idea. Like, okay, and if you just want to see for the month the difference, it's up here. Facebook reported $105,000. Hyros reported $48,000. And the total it's off by is like almost $60,000, which is insane.
You just can't make that.
It's just mind. So I really don't know how we did it before. Like we've been running ads before and we were kind of breaking even, but we weren't very clear on the numbers. And we also were really having a hard time scaling. Yeah. And it's because I didn't feel super confident because I didn't know. This tells you the exact numbers. It tells you can see here, all the ones that are green are breaking even or profitable. So you can see here, most of our campaigns are breaking even or profitable. So this quickly lets me see, oh my gosh, this one, 4 times return on ad spend. So that means we put in $1, we get $4. That's insane. So this is one to scale versus this one. It's close to breaking even, but this might be one I consider turning off, right? And I'm going to go into all this in a different video. But this just goes to show how quickly you can like get your data versus in the Facebook ads manager, you can't see any of this stuff. So it's very, very important to get third-party tracking. Now we have a couple links for you and a couple little different things. So if you don't want to pay $1,100 for Hyros, or you can't, that's not, in your budget right now, and you're not ready, what we recommend is this software called AnyTrack. It's what we used before. It works similarly-ish. It doesn't do all the in-depth stuff that Hyros does. But we recommend you do this if you're spending less than $500 a day. If you're spending more than $500 a day, definitely just pull the trigger and get Hyros. We were dragging our feet a little bit, but it's definitely what catapulted us into the next level. So don't wait on Hyros.
You have to have one of the two.
You have to have one of the two. Yep. Yeah. You have one of the two. We'll have links in the description for you to sign up. And the good thing about this is there is a little bit of installation and like you have to put some code on your landing page and stuff. If that sounds super overwhelming, both of these companies have Zoom calls that you can schedule where they literally walk you through, okay, copy this code, put it on this page, copy this code, put it on this page. So both of these companies have the support because they know it can be a little tricky for their customers. I didn't know what I was doing when I got started. So I scheduled a Zoom call with AnyTrack and I scheduled a Zoom call with Hyros and they helped me, showed me where to put the code. So I know both of these companies do have that kind of support, which is amazing because it can get kind of overwhelming. So yeah, you have to get it. And it really is super worth it because, I mean, we make back our money and so much more with Hyros because we've just scaled so easily.
I think that's
So,
a good point you made is like, and I think about this too, like we really were struggling to scale our ads for
Mhm.
makes sense if we were willing to spend the money, but we were putting the money down the wrong toilets, basically. We were
yes,
flushing the money down the toilet. Um, and it makes sense that we have been able to scale so quickly. It just to me, my takeaway is how important the data is for stuff like this.
yes, yes. And
And also,
how,
sorry,
yeah, you just can't rely on Facebook. I think that at the end of the day, like it just is not reliable.
this is one thing that I will say. We said at the very beginning that ads is a skill you need to master, and it's a skill that if it was easy, everyone would be doing it. And so I
Hmm.
feel like at this point in the game, we've had two practical tactical videos. It is a lot of tech stuff, and I just want to like pop in and just remind you guys that give yourself patience, like we said at the beginning, to figure this stuff out. Like this is, it just takes time. But then also just remember, like this is the price you're gonna need to pay if you want to be better and different than most entrepreneurs. You want to be in that upper level advanced mastery. You have to do and learn the things that most people aren't willing to do. It's like
Yeah,
abs. If it was easy, we'd all be walking around with abs, but it's not, so we aren't. And
it's true.
so this is I guess this is the six pack of marketing. Like this is the shit that is kind of hard to figure out. Again, think about how we weren't following a step-by-step course from
Yeah,
somebody that had paid $500,000 in advertising. We were shooting in the dark and trying 1,000 different things. And so I'm really happy that we're able to bring this to you because hopefully this does take away some of the guesswork and some of the, blood, sweat, tears, and $500,000 in ad spend, though you don't have to do that.
yeah,
Cool. Okay.
yeah.
On to the next one. It's another practical tactical, so you guys are warned.